The Sun is quite big, but did you know that the Sun makes up 99.96% of our solar system's mass? That leaves a small 0.14% for all the planets, asteroids, and other matter around the solar system. Or how about that the surface temperature of the Sun is 5,505 degrees Celsius, while 6 of the 8 planets in our solar system have an average surface temperature below 100 degrees Celsius. The coldest of them all, Neptune, which has the mass the equivalent of 17 Earths, takes a long 165 Earth years to orbit the Sun just once. Since its discovery in 1846, it has only orbited the Sun once, which happened in 2011. Think summer is too short here on Earth? Seasons on Neptune last more than 40 years, but with Neptune's seasons being harsh and unpredictable, it wouldn't be a great place to live. Not to mention, the average temperature is negative 200 degrees Celsius. How about Pluto, the recently demoted planet, which is now a dwarf planet? Since being discovered in 1930, it hasn't even done a full orbit around the Sun since being discovered, with Pluto doing its first full orbit since we discovered it in the year 2177. Not to mention Jupiter, which has the mass the equivalent of 317 Earths, helps protect us by capturing or redirecting the orbits of asteroids due to its massive gravitational influence. One astronomer once saw a comet heading towards Earth, but it ended up being thrown out of the solar system by going past Jupiter. Not to mention that Jupiter's gravitational influence is so large that it creates Kirkwood gaps in the asteroid belt. If you watch space movies, you'll probably think there's actually a lot of asteroids in the asteroid belt. Half of the mass of the asteroid belt actually comes from 4 asteroids, with one of them accounting for 1/3 of the asteroid belt, all by itself. Asteroids which are bigger than 6 miles are thought to have at least one collision with another asteroid every 10 million years, and NASA says that when they throw one of their probes through the asteroid belt, there's a 1 in a billion chance of an asteroid hitting it from the asteroid belt, and you would actually have to go out of your way to go and find an asteroid in the asteroid belt. It is estimated that on average there is about 1 million kilometers of space between asteroids. Hate lightning? It's been observed on Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, with Venus having half the 1.4 billion lightning flashes per year which we have here on Earth. And how about water in our solar system? Mercury has frozen ice in deep craters below the surface. Venus used to have water but was evaporated away a long time ago, which has created a greenhouse effect. This is why Venus, although it's the second planet from the Sun, is the hottest, because it has an atmosphere which traps in heat. We know that there's a lot of water here on Earth, and on Mars we have found ice at the poles and liquid water beneath the surface. It's also thought that in Jupiter there might be water droplets in certain gas layers. There's been no sign of water on Saturn, but some of its moons has liquid hydrocarbon oceans or ice on them. Like Jupiter, Uranus might have water droplets in certain gas layers, and Neptune is thought to have highly compressed liquid beneath its atmosphere. And lastly, Pluto, which while isn't a planet in our solar system, has a surface which is mostly ice and could have a liquid ocean below the surface. There's a lot of water in our solar system.